Well, how about this? Telemarketers may soon have an easier time reaching you on your cell phone. The FCC is now considering changing the rules to make robocalls legal. Let's bring in Fred Tisi, former federal prosecutor, and Arthur Aidala, former prosecutor and criminal defense attorney and a Fox News legal analyst. This is a little overly simplistic the way we introduce this, Fred. It's specifically for banks. Banks want to be able to robocall us whenever they want. What do you think about that? Legal? Should they be allowed to have that exception? Fred?
Oh, I'm sorry, me. Well, I think it's actually banks and debt collectors, which I'm worried about getting done by the Papa John's, but we'll put that aside. Not my gym membership. Not my gym membership. I don't think they should be allowed to do it, Jenna. Americans find it very annoying. I find it very annoying. When you sign up for American Express or any credit card or any banks, you can provide your cell phone number and you can give them permission to call you, irrespective of whether it's a human or a robot. And so I don't think any reason to change the law whatsoever.
And the concern of Arthur is that if there's an exception made for the banks, then how quickly do we get from exception for banks to other industries to then getting calls from candidates all the time?
Okay, so let me just cast aside my objectivity, because just yesterday, right? I didn't know that this subject matter was going to be on today. Yesterday, I get a robocall from my bank reminding me about my mortgage payment. And quite frankly, Jenna, as a mom, around Christmas time, things get a little crazy.
Of course, yes.
And I actually forgot to pay my mortgage. And quite frankly, had it not been for that robocall, my whole credit rating would have gotten messed up. I immediately.
You have to confess to us today, Arthur.
Okay, I'm also going to tell you, around December, I got a robocall about suspicious activity on my credit card, and sure enough, somebody had my credit. So I don't have a lot of objectivity, but let me just correct Fred, if I may.
Okay.
Fred, this isn't just about calling you just to say hello. It's to call you to contact consumers about possible fraud or identity theft, to alert consumers of their personal information may have been breached, to advise them that steps can be taken to prevent or harm data breaches, and finally to let a customer know about actions needed to affect a transfer.
So the banks are basically the banks are saying that the robocalls are going to be faster, more efficient than if they have a real live person trying to reach you.
Things, very specific things.
Fred, what do you think about that?
But that they're allowed to do that now if you give them permission to, Arthur. I mean, they're trying to kill a fly with a sledgehammer. If you give the bank permission to do this, any consumer who does that, I've given American Express, I get those calls when I'm buying diesel fuel in Kansas, or the other day I landed in North Carolina in the middle of the night to put fuel on my plane. I get a call from American Express. I get that. These are all good.
Was it a human or was it a robocall?
I didn't answer the call. I was too busy taxiing out to try and get to the next airport and fly the plane.
The thing is, it also has to do with the banks not getting in trouble, Jenna, if they dial the wrong number. Because if if they're trying to reach Fred, but they reach you, they can actually get some sort of fine for calling your cell phone number.
So every one of us now has to get a robocall? I can't stand those things.
So
I get these calls.
We'll see what happens. In the meantime, we learned a lot about both of you. The mortgage payments for Arthur, the diesel fuel for Fred.
I paid it. I just forgot it.
I'm glad you're current.
He's an upstanding citizen.
Fred,
Enjoy your weekend.
Arthur, thank you very much.
Have a good one.